Welcome to Fear Babes Podcast, a paranormal podcast founded and hosted by Fear fan members.
All thoughts and opinions are strictly our own, and we are not affiliated with any shows in any way.
My name is Burgundy.
My name is Madeline.
And we are
the Fear Babes. What up, babes? It is us. We're back for another episode of Fear Babes Podcast. I am your host, Madeline, and this is my pet lizard.
Oh.
Then I was like, wait, no, that's offensive. I don't. Pet lizard. Do you want to know why I said lizard? It's because we're talking about something today, and the last thing I saw was about a lizard, and I was like, this is my pet lizard.
Okay. First of all, I thought you were going to say, what up, bitches? And then you're like, babes. And I was like, oh that's not where I thought you were going with that.
Scratch that. What up, hoes?
I don't know, stupid.
Where's the sirens? Oh, wait. Let me do
it.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Should we do the dance even though we're not together? Ready? Wee woo, wee woo. You have to say wee woo with me.
Wee woo.
No. Do it again.
Wee woo.
No. Mads, it's wee woo. Wee woo.
Wee woo. What the fuck? You stopped that time. I
didn't know you were gonna go. Okay, ready? 1,
okay.
2, 3.
Wee woo.
Wee
woo.
Yeah, apparently we're not on the same page today, so
apparently not. I'm in a different world.
So the TikTok I found last night. Okay, mind you. So for anybody that doesn't know, which is everybody, because it was just me and Mads that knew about it. And I think I told Melissa. And we told Sheena. Anyways, we recorded Fear Babes After Dark last night. The first episode. And we both drank, like Mads drank a whole bottle of wine. I drank almost a whole bottle of wine. So then we got real litty titty. And then we got off. We FaceTime for a while. And then we decided we were going to go to bed. And so we're both just scrolling TikTok and sending each other the most random fucking TikToks. So I found this funny ass TikTok. These two guys are like walking into their house. It's like a Ring camera. And then shots go off and they're like, oh, dang, now all the wee-woos are going to come. And so when the police sirens start going, they go out in their front yard and they just do this little wee-woo dance. And they're like, wee-woo, wee-woo with the sirens. And I sent it to Mads and I was like, why is this us though?
Oh my god. Last night, it was so funny. Like, I can't. Between the TikToks and fucking eggward.
I was taking a drink when you said that.
Fucking eggward.
Eggward.
Okay, so it's not the actual meme itself. It's the word. Eggward. Like, what the fuck?
My favorite was when you were
What is up with that?
I thank my mom and I'm accepting this award or whatever, and I was like, this eggward.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
We're so stupid. I love it. Okay. Anyways.
Please don't be offended by me saying my pet lizard, because I didn't think about what I was saying before.
I honestly didn't think you were talking about me initially anyways, so I was just like, what are you? I was like, dude, when did you buy a lizard? What kind of lizard is it? Is it a bearded dragon? Like,
I know.
A gecko?
Dude, like, I'm not into that kind of stuff. Sorry, but yeah. I mean, I'm into
Fun fact.
you.
Thanks.
Wait,
then I will be a lizard. If that makes you into me, then I'll be a lizard.
Okay.
I used to have a pet snake. It was an albino milk snake. It was a very little guy. I named it Stark.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll send you a photo.
You should.
I scroll back to the deep, dark depths of my Instagram.
My 3rd grade teacher, she was hella cool. Like, I wanted to be like her because every day in class, like, her classroom was so homey. She had 2 pet snakes, and we had to, like, obviously sign a waiver saying, like, with our parents had to sign a waiver, obviously not us. Like, we can't consent to anything. We're like 8, but saying that we could hold them and, like, help her feed them. Like, she had, like, these dead rats that we would feed the
Mhm.
snakes every day. Like, we had classroom chores that we had to do, and I loved feeding the snake the pet, or not the pet rat, but the rat. And
Yeah.
I loved getting to hold them because they were so tame and it was so cool. But I can't say that that's something that I would actually like want.
So the reason I ended up with Stark is because at the time I worked at Petco. So I was like never gonna be a snake person, right? Like never. But the gal that ran the reptile area, we're just like vibing at work one day because sometimes, it would be dead, so I would just be like chilling. And we got this new snake in, and she was like holding it, and she was so little, like Stark was like no wider than a pencil, and she was only like maybe a foot long. She was like so little and cute, and I was like, I want it. It's mine now.
I want it.
So I bought all the stuff with my discount, and then she
Hey.
became my little snake.
That's totally valid.
Wait till you see her. She was like so cute. I'm almost there.
You're almost there. I forgot you were gonna send it.
I have to scroll way back.
Hell yeah.
We need Mom to just like record that and make it like a ringtone.
I know, wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah,
I sent her eggward and she said, LOL.
LOL. Eggward. Okay, my
Eggward.
little Starky.
Oh, wow. Oh my god, her eyes are red.
Yeah.
She's cute.
I know. You miss her.
She looks so cute. She's very tiny.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, people are like, oh no, you own a snake. I'm like, no, she's little, tiny.
She's very small. This week I found out about one of my friends back in my Disney days, which I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast, probably not, but I used to work for the Walt Disney Company. Don't get excited. I did not work for the parks. I worked for the store, but I was still treated as a cast member, meaning I got to go to Disney for free. Anyway, that's not the point. One of my friends that I worked at the store with, first of all, we have a Snapchat streak. It's been so long. You just can't not do it. You know what I mean? Like, we're over I think 1,100 days. I have no idea.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
I thought I was doing
like,
good with Brie. Her and I are at 559 right now.
no, like I could probably tell you exactly what we're at real quick.
Do it.
Oh no, we're at 1,224. Anyway,
cow.
so it's like one of those things where you just don't stop doing it. Like, what the fuck? So
even if you just send a photo of your foot, like you got to keep the streak alive.
Oh yeah, we just be sending each other like the most random shit. Anyway, so I was on Snapchat and she had posted on her private story on there that she was watching, you guessed it, Project Fear. And I was like, hold the fuck up. And so yes, we talk every day, but it's like a picture or something, or just good morning, things like that. So I messaged her. I was like, homie, you watch Project Fear and you didn't tell me. And she was like, yeah, I just got into it. My roommate is obsessed with Project Fear. And I was like, excuse me? And I like, never knew this.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
She was like, but she knew that like our podcast was about like Project Fear and like paranormal stuff. And so she was like, they have been like binge watching Project Fear the last week or so. And she said, I told her and another one of my friends about Fear Babes and that they should listen and all this other kind of stuff. And I just want to say shout out to you, homie, because you are the fucking best.
I love that so much.
I know. I was like, you're so freaking cute. Like, I just...
That is the cutest.
It was so random. And clearly she knew that I was into Project Fear. I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
Literally, why didn't you tell me? It's like, of all the people, you should have told me.
You should have told me first.
It's like, I'll talk about it at work, and then one of the girls will be like, so I tried watching Project Fear last night. I'm like, oh my god, tell me everything.
It's like, tell me everything. I need
to know all your thoughts. Yeah.
Because, like, obviously they're becoming more, like, popular now, in my personal opinion. And so it's awesome, like, that other people that obviously I didn't tell them to watch it. They just did it in their own time. And it's like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, people in my friend group, my like distant friend group are like watching them, and I don't know, it definitely makes you just like happy. So I get it now.
Yeah. It's just like, frick yeah. Well, and then the fact that we've been here since like the very beginning, so like to watch them grow like that is just cool.
It's like a proud mom, except I'm younger than all of them.
Like, oh, so proud of you guys. How cute.
Be like Sierra to Dak and be like, I want to paint your little cheeks.
I want to paint your little cheeks. That's so funny.
It is funny. It's hilarious.
The way you accentuate the way she says pinch too is so funny to me. Pinch.
I don't know how. I mean, really, it's peach.
Peach. Peach.
I want to paint your little cheeks. But
that's so cute. I love that. I love when stuff like that happens. I'm like, yes.
I know,
Welcome
it's
to
awesome.
The dark side.
Also, I noticed, like, listening back to like last week's episode, that I was a little bit angry.
Kind of love you, kind of hate you.
I don't know, like, why, but like,
I mean, there's also the stuff we cut out that we didn't let anybody hear.
I know that's the funny
the part where I was like, Tanner, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Oh God.
Yeah. You're just like, after that, you're like, no! I'm like, you just said you hated them. Like, what?
I literally said, like, we kept this part in that I said, I'm gonna punch all of you except Connor, Riley, and Chelsea.
And it comes and goes, you know?
Yeah.
The anger. What?
The anger. I mean, we do have a genuine, valid reason. We're just not gonna disclose it.
Yeah. That's for me to know and for you to find out never, so.
For you to find out, fucking never.
Never.
So basically, I don't.
We're just all these little side tangents, and now we're like,
exactly. Like, I don't know where to go from here. I hope that I came off somewhat coherent with my storytelling, because after
just now or last night?
Both. Because
have you listened back yet? Because I haven't.
No, I have not. Homie,
Great.
Literally after I was done, I went and I showered, took Duchess out, bothered my brother, apparently. I don't remember it that way. But he came in here this morning and he was like, are you feeling better this morning? And I was like, what? I wasn't feeling bad to begin with. And he was like, well, you were being so fucking annoying last night.
He was yelling the whole time we were trying to record.
I know. And I was sitting there and I was like, what do you mean? And he said, you just kept coming in there bothering me while I was playing my game. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. So sorry that I wanted to have a conversation with you. How dare I? How dare I do that? Was I drunk?
Evelyn?
Was I drunk? Yes. But I wanted to show him eggward, first of all.
Aww,
second of all,
who doesn't want to see eggward? What? Let's be real, okay?
So I was like, dude, that's important. And it just makes me so mad because, like, I don't know, any dudes out there, I get it. Like, I get the game desire because, like, I have desires too. Like, I just sit here and I play games on my phone all day, and I do get irritated when people bother me, but at the end of the day, it's like, I just wanted to have a conversation with you.
Big sad, bro. Big sad. Did you at least show him eggward against his will?
He wouldn't look.
Oh,
Because he was like, I'm too busy right now. And he was trying to kill people. I don't know. I don't know what
was
he
he
was
playing Call of
playing.
Duty?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
I love Call of Duty.
I don't know what he's playing. Now, I will tell you, my other little brother, he's the same fucking way, except he's a part of like some sort of signed team. I think I told you about that, didn't I?
No,
About Chandler?
no.
About how he has flown to Texas twice. He's gone to Orlando once. They had an event in Charlotte, and he's like signed to play games.
He's like a professional gamer.
To an extent, yes. He hasn't
That's
reached
cool.
the level he wants to be, but yeah. I'm like,
That's dope.
okay. So at least he has a reason. Like, I won't go and bother him, but he also doesn't live here. So,
Yeah, well, that's fair. You shouldn't be driving after drinking anyways, so.
oh, hell no.
You can't go see him. You could have called him.
He wouldn't answer.
That's okay. My brother never answers me either.
Because I wanted to go to sushi last night, and him nor Samuel would answer.
I remember.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the Patreon.
After Dark,
so.
Yeah. We mentioned a lot of things on After Dark.
Yeah, so stay tuned for when that's launching. Of course,
I said that, and then I was like, "Wait, what did we talk about?"
A lot, but
yeah.
So what we are planning for the Patreon, pretty much in a nutshell, just kind of like you're chilling with two of your homegirls at night.
That's us, by the way.
Like a slumber party.
Curious. Yeah, it's us. We're the homegirls.
We're the homegirls, and we're having a slumber party, and we're having a good time. So
we're not braiding each other's hair. We're just drinking and chilling. Okay.
We can't do that, but we tell you all of our secrets.
Yeah, some. Oh,
yeah.
Some. There was a few that got spilled last night.
Yeah. Secrets. Boy talk. Anyway.
So yeah, it's like if you were just chilling with us and we were all it's a Friday night, we're drinking and chilling. That's all it is.
We're hanging out, homie.
Hanging out, telling secrets, talking shit. Like the fact that we hate Tanner, wink wink.
Wink wink.
Oh, poor God. Tanner. What is hate?
I don't know, but I feel very passionate about it. Anyway, so do you want to get into what we're talking about today?
Yeah.
Because I have a lot.
We're gonna leave everybody in suspense on that one. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Moving on. So today we're doing urban legends from our regions. So I have a really tiny baby one that I'll just gonna throw out there really fast, and then we can get into like the larger ones. But I feel like I would be doing my region a disservice if I didn't mention this at all. But in this general area, there's a thing called the jackalope, and it is a jackrabbit with antelope horns.
Oh. Wait, is that a legend, or I thought that was just an animal?
Bro, it's a myth.
What?
Well, it says it's thought to be a myth by many. The jackalope is alleged to actually exist in remote areas of Wyoming. I don't know. I've never seen one.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I know nothing.
I'm on legendsofamerica.com/Wyoming jackalope. And it says, whether the jackalope actually exists or is simply a hoax popularized by a Douglas, Wyoming resident in 1939, it's still... What? Is still... It's too early to read words. Sorry. Is still hotly debated today. For those who believe the jackalope is said to be an antlered species of rabbit, sometimes rumored to be extinct, one of the rarest animals in the world, it is crossed between a non-extinct pygmy deer and a species of killer rabbit. What the fuck?
It's not...
However, occasional study... I didn't know that part. I didn't know they were killer rabbits.
Wait, pause. Don't keep going past that. What the fuck?
They could killer rabbit.
Exactly. It's like, wait a second. It's not just a species of rabbit. It's a species of killer rabbit.
Killer rabbits. They're
what the motherfuck does that mean?
Hide your kids. Hide your wives.
Oh my God.
It's a killer rabbit.
Do rabbits it kills people, or
Does it
it's
kill
just
people?
like, or does it kill
This
other
one does
animals?
apparently. I don't know. Let's look.
Other animals within the animal kingdom? I mean,
maybe field mice. I don't know.
that better be it. Fuck.
Could you imagine somebody just knocking on your door and you just have a sign that says "Beware of killer rabbit"?
That would be fucking insane. But it kind of
I'm gonna get
reminds
one.
me. Have you ever? Okay, give me a second on this one.
You gotta process the killer
Have you ever
rabbit.
seen? Have you ever seen Wallace and Gromit?
A long time ago.
They had this one. I think it was a movie. Yeah, it had to have been a movie about a killer rabbit, or they thought it was a killer rabbit. It was just eating all of the fucking like gardens and stuff.
So was it a jackalope?
No, but it was a massive rabbit. It was actually Wallace.
Oh.
It was a whole thing. I don't know. When I think about killer rabbit, that was the first thing I thought of.
That's so funny. A killer rabbit. I've never heard that phrase. A killer rabbit.
Me neither. That's why I'm stuck on it.
You're like, wait, what? What? Yeah, I obviously didn't read that whole paragraph before we got on here. I was like, oh, it says that. As I'm reading it out loud, I'm like, species of killer rabbit. Oh.
Oh, God.
Okay. Occasional sightings of this rare creature continue to occur, with small pockets of jackalope populations persisting in the American West. Fun fact, the region that I'm in is considered the Mountain West, by the way, because I feel like a lot of people, like, they say the Midwest, and that's just everything pretty much between California and the East Coast. But no, we're the Mountain West, so get it right.
Oh my God. Okay.
Get this. The antlered species of rabbits are brown in color, weigh between 3 and 5 pounds, and move with lightning speeds of 90 miles per hour.
What?
So, not only are they killer rabbits, but they're fast as fuck, boy.
Holy shit.
Can you imagine a killer rabbit running at you at 90 miles an hour?
No. Did you just hear my brother?
No.
He went, bruh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, well, anyway.
Maybe he's trying to, like, call the killer rabbits.
Samuel! Shut the fuck up! That's the killer rabbit. We awakened the killer rabbit.
We did. That's the mating call of the killer rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm
Jeez.
just skimming through the rest of this article to see if there's anything worth mentioning. Like
That's
fact
scary.
that they can run 90 miles an hour. Oh, here you go. Now it's getting creepy. Okay, apparently I didn't do enough research on fucking killer rabbits. They also allegedly possess an uncanny ability to mimic human sounds, and when chased, will use these abilities to elude capture.
Yeah, that ended up being a lot more spooky than I thought.
I know. I texted Mads this morning. I was like, okay. So, fun fact: all the Wyoming urban legends are just ghost stories. Okay, so I was like, bro, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check Montana or something. And I was like, I mean, I could talk about the jackalope, but they're not scary.
Psych.
Motherfuckers
Motherfuckers
out the
fast.
killer rabbits, and then they run 90 miles an hour.
And then they make noises that resemble a human.
What the heck? Somebody said. A retired military reader reached out to us in May of 2022 with this encounter. Well, it ain't mythical and it ain't extinct either. I wish I had a camera, but I am in Malata, Turkey at the moment. I was driving down a treacherous mountain road 3 nights ago. I was going only about 30, must be kilometers per hour. I was like, what's kph? Because I'm more used to seeing miles per hour. When something came down the hill into the road, I thought at first it was a rock, so I slammed on the brakes, but then it hit my headlights. It was probably 3 feet tall at the back. It ran like a dog, but looked like a rabbit, but it had miniature antler rack on its head that would make the biggest and most majestic buck deer jealous. What the fuck? So he ends it, he goes, I guess that I am officially one of the nutcases and embellished storytellers, but I know what I saw.
I know what I saw.
In Turkey, though, of all places, you saw a jackalope there?
That's interesting, though.
Okay, anyways, that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. That's the story of the jackalope. It's most commonly sighted in the states of Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, and New Mexico.
Oh, how spooky. Maybe we'll see one when I go to Wyoming in June.
You have to keep your eyes peeled in Yellowstone for a jackalope.
Hell yeah.
We'll have to really bring some binoculars with us.
I love binoculars. They're so fun.
Don has a good set. We could probably borrow from him.
Yeah. I want to tell you this one legend, but it's also kind of a ghost story that I wanted to share because we were wanting to do something similar to this a couple months ago on the podcast, but we ended up not being able to do it. But I've always found this very interesting and it's so spooky. So I'm just going to read you an excerpt from NorthCarolinaGhost.com. I think this is going to be my one of two ghost related stories, but the rest of the things I'm going to mention are going to be legends. So,
oh, good. So we both have a few. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So Blackbeard roamed the Atlantic from around 1716 until 1718, robbing ships from the West Indies to the Carolinas. He had a reputation for unbridled ferocity. When Blackbeard went into battle, he strapped multiple pistols and multiple cutlasses to his body. Most frightening of all, he wove fuses into his long black beard and set them on fire just before he stepped onto the captured ship.
Oh, fuck.
This towering figure, armed to the teeth, sporting a sparking, flaming beard, must have been absolutely terrifying. I sure fucking say so.
Bro, if you're willing to light your fucking face on fire.
Dude, that motherfucker was a badass. He was scary. Ship's captains would surrender without a shot being fired. Blackbeard's reign on the high seas came to an end on November 22nd, 1718. Virginia Governor Alexander Spotswood sent a ship commanded by John Maynard down to the North Carolina coast to track down and kill Blackbeard. Ooh. Maynard surprised Blackbeard in a skeleton crew anchored at Teach's Hole. In the ferocious battle that followed, Blackbeard was shot 5 times and stabbed no less than 20. The pirate crew was all killed or captured. Blackbeard's head was chopped off and hung from the bow of Maynard's ship. Let's just say it like that. The pirate's headless body was thrown overboard. Legend has it that the headless body swam around Maynard's ship 3 times before sinking below the waters. Ever since then, it's been said that Blackbeard's ghost haunts the spot known as Teach's Hole. Many people have reported seeing a strange light moving beneath the water in the cove. The ghostly light is thought by some to be Blackbeard's spirit, swimming through the water searching for his missing head. There are those who believe that on stormy nights you can hear Blackbeard's voice calling out in the wind. On nights when the angry wind is roaring and the hard rain coming down, many people have heard a horrible roaring coming from this hidden cove. They say it's an unearthly noise that sounds like a pained human voice bellowing, "Where's my head?" Sorry.
Do it again. Where's my head?
But basically, Blackbeard's legacy lives on in the legends of North Carolina. And it's true because, okay, so you know where I was back during the end of summer. It was back in August, and I had gone to the Outer Banks, or close to it, really. It's on the very outskirts of it. It's out there in Beaufort, North Carolina, which is right next to Morehead City. And in Beaufort, out there in the ocean, they're still, to this day, collecting pieces from the Queen Anne's Revenge, which was Blackbeard's ship. They go out there all the time and they're always able to like find stuff. So they have this maritime museum, which of course is free to the public, that you can go to in Beaufort, and it's so cool. But like, I have always found, obviously I've never seen Blackbeard's like anything to do with Blackbeard's ghost or anything like that every time I've ever been out there. But I've always heard of this story, and it is so scary to me. I don't know why, but it's so scary because of, like, you know, him being headless. I think that scares me even more. It's like, oh, hell no. If I saw some shit like that, I'd fucking cry.
Right.
But I've always wanted to share that story on this podcast.
So can we go to the museum when I come out there for the North Carolina trip?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. They have found, like,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It's been a while since I've gone to the museum, but first of all, it's a Hallmark town. It's so cute. I love the beaches of North Carolina. The coast is just, it's so cute. It's not like all touristy or anything. So that little maritime museum, they have, I believe like coins and cutlery and stuff like that. And they have found like they've taken pieces from the ship. They're like wooden pieces that they have found, and they've like placed them in like these enclosed cases. So cool.
Dang, okay.
So cool. But that's the first ghost story. So
I was going to tell you I have a Yellowstone ghost stories book. So when you and Sheena come out
God.
here, we should like the areas that we go to, we should like scope the book and see if there's anything we can go track down real fast.
Oh, that's gonna be scary.
It'll be the middle of the day. It's okay.
Right.
Right. Right. But yeah, I got it last time I went to Yellowstone, so I think that would be kind of fun for us to be like, let's just go see if there's any ghosties here.
Ooh. Duchess just made she like 30 seconds ago, she's like, so
she replied to me again. Okay,
Okay.
Diesel's over here punching the door, so
oh my God.
every few seconds it's like
Homie is just aggressive.
I'm like, stop. Mom, I'm trying to hang out with my friends. Leave me alone. Do you ever talk to Duchess like, I woke up this morning and Annie's staring at me and she goes, oh, no. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's your own problem, not mine.
I absolutely have full-on conversations with Duchess.
she'll just do stuff like that. Like she'll be like, or she yawns and she squeaks at the end. She's like, yeah. And I'm like,
yeah.
Are you good, bro? Like,
Duchess talks back.
Stares. Yeah, and it doesn't usually, unless I tell her to like, I'm like, Annie, say something, and she goes, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's like, damn, chill the fuck out, ho.
Yeah, but if I get her going, then she won't stop. So, also, I don't know why, but if you tell her to roll over, she starts barking. Like she'll eventually roll over, but she will just keep like she does this weird like so abrupt. Like, what the fuck? I'll try to record it later and send it to you. But okay, anyways, back to ghost stories and legends and shit. So, have you heard? No, you haven't, because this is Wyoming, and a lot of people haven't heard of these things. Have you heard of the death ship of the Platte River?
Nope.
Yeah, figured. Okay. So anyway. So on the Platte River between Torrington and Alcova, Wyoming. So Alcova is like about 33 miles from Casper. Fun fact. Anyways, there's a legend that persists that a ship of death continues to sail upon the sometimes dangerous waters. The phantom ship rises out of the strange mist that quickly becomes a massive rolling ball of fog. As the ship grows closer, witnesses report that its sails and masts are covered with frost. The crew, also covered with frost, stands upon its deck and huddled around a corpse lying on a canvas sheet. The legend continues that the ship always foreshadows the death of someone who will die on the day it is spotted. As the crew steps back, the corpse's identity is revealed as a person known by the witness.
No, that's fucking spooky.
The first alleged sighting was made in 1862 by a trapper named Leon Weber. When the crew stepped back, the corpse revealed the body of Weber's fiancée, who died later the same day. Another sighting of the phantom ship was made by a cattleman, Gene Wilson, in 1887, when he saw his wife's body laid out on the canvas. That's all it says. I'm like, did she die? All right. In 1903, another tale describes he spied the ship when Victor Heeb was chopping down a tree on his riverfront property. Laid out on the deck was the body of a close friend. Every case was reported in the late fall, and in all cases, the person seen upon the deck of the phantom ship died on the very same day. One of the sightings alleged occurred 6 miles southeast of the town of Guernsey, Wyoming. Another sighting was said to have occurred at Bessemer Bend on the Platte River. Oh my gosh, dude. I float the Bessemer Bend all the time in the kayak.
That's scary.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for the ghost ship of the Platte River from now on.
Well, hopefully you don't see it.
No, that means somebody I know is gonna die.
I know.
We don't want that at all. So yeah, a ghostly ship that floats the Platte River that foreshadows somebody's death.
That's
interesting.
Spooky. Well,
fun fact about the Platte River: Luke Bryan comes here all the time to go fishing on the Platte. So
that's
do with that what you will.
Well, speaking of foreshadowing, the next legend that I want to share, it's kind of spooky, kind of like, I don't know. It's another kind of ghost story, but it's about the Gray Man of Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
Is that an alien?
No, listen
Okay.
to the secret. I'm about
Do I need
to
popcorn?
Probably not. It's really short.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so if you spot the Gray Man in Pawleys Island, go home.
Oh no.
The story of the Gray Man starts in the 1820s. The legend goes that he's a cloaked figure who wanders the beaches ahead of major storms. One woman claimed she saw the ghost in 1954, right before Hurricane Hazel. Another rumored sighting was before Hurricane Hugo in 1989. Like most ghosts, the Gray Man's story is one of young love lost. The man is rumored to have been traveling from Charleston to propose when his horse got stuck in the mud. He was thrown off, tracked, and dragged under. Heartbroken, the woman would walk along the beach. One day she saw her late beau, dressed in all black, who warned her that a serious storm was coming and then vanished. As the story goes, a hurricane made landfall, and her home was the only one still standing. He's a friendly ghost, and if you're lucky enough to spot him, your home might be untouched in the next storm.
Ooh. Okay.
So obviously, we have we've had some crazy hurricanes. So this is I've heard of this before, and it's very ominous. Spooky. I don't like it. I mean, at least he's nice. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So we had a ghost story where they predict your death, and then one that saves your house from storms. So that's I'm glad we're keeping it balanced.
Thank God.
Right? It's all about balance, guys. Like,
thank God.
I love that. That is interesting, though, for sure.
It is.
Okay. Now on for my finale story. Are you ready?
Let's go.
It's the Flathead Lake Monster. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm ready to hear about this.
Okay, because I text Mads and I was like, oh shit, bro, I forgot about the Flathead Lake Monster. And she's like, what is that? And I was like, a monster that lives in Flathead Lake.
And I was like, wow, thanks. Yeah.
You're like, thanks for clarifying. Love that. Okay. So, for people that don't know, Flathead Lake is in Montana. It's in the northwestern corner of Montana. And part of the reason this one's so interesting to me is because my grandparents live up there. So, my grandpa is like one of the best fishermen of the area. They call him the Mac Man because there's like a type of fish up there called like a Mackinaw. I called Dawn like 10 minutes before we got on and asked him if he's seen the Flathead Lake Monster. And he's like, nope. I was like, dang it. But anyways, so if game and fish want to know anything about Flathead Lake, they call my grandpa. So that's like how good he is at fishing and shit. And he owns his own bait and tackle manufacturing and retail shop. So anyways.
Oh yeah. That's what I call a good old fisherman.
A good old fisherman, yeah. When we used to go up there in the summers, I would like sit in his little shack with him and just watch him make lures like all the time. But that's neither here nor there. My grandpa has also never seen the Flathead Lake Monster, so do with that information what you will. But the Flathead Lake Monster is a lot like the Loch Ness Monster, but it's just in Flathead Lake. Like, it's said to be an eel-type creature. They think it's like bluish, black, or brown in color. And it is about 20 to 40 feet long.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It has various obvious steel black eyes and undulating hips. Ew, what the fuck? why would you describe it like that?
It's like, whoa, are we reading a fan fiction right now about this fucking monster? Like,
oh, we went back to the fanfics about Project Fear. My bad. Wrong. Let me just go back to the other Google. No, I'm just kidding.
God.
20 to 40 feet long with undulating hips. What are we talking about here? Anyways.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, I had to.
That was perfect.
Others have identified it as a large-sized fish from 6 to 10 feet in length. Okay, so here's the thing about Flathead Lake really fast. Flathead Lake is the largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi in the lower 48, and its average depths are 165 feet deep. So its deepest part is 370 feet deep. So that's kind of why, like, the Flathead Lake monster is persisted in beliefs, is because there's so many places for it to hide. The first recorded sighting was in 1889 when Captain James C. Kerr claimed he and his 100 passengers saw the monster while on the steamboat, the U.S. Grant. To date, there has been 109 documented sightings. The last one occurred in the fall of 2017. So this is on NBCMontana.com in case anybody wants to go look into it. There's more quotes from people. This one says, I remember saying, look, that's it. We're seeing it, Jim Manley said. I knew immediately because the descriptions are all the same. It was like 25 feet from what we could see, and humps. Humps. You got humps. My hump, my lovely lady lumps.
You want to know something that I'm gathering from this?
What?
This monster sounds kind of, dare I say, hot.
We've moved on from Shrek. It's the Flathead Lake monster now.
Damn. Could you imagine? Maybe they need, that show where, like, those people are in love with inanimate objects. And, like, shit, maybe that should be, like, a show. There should be a show based off people who are, like,
in love with Flathead Lake monsters.
Well, not just Flathead Lake monsters, but, like, any sort of, like, spooky thing.
Right. I bet there are people out there like that. So
100%. I think it would be interesting.
Not saying for sure.
Not saying that I should be the star of the show or anything, but, like,
aw. Okay, get this. You could be the star of the show, though. You're all into Flossie. Okay, so they call him Flossie.
Oh,
yeah. It says you have to be lucky to catch a rare glimpse of the Flathead Lake monster, lovingly called Flossie.
Lovingly called Flossie.
Flossie.
Oh, that's kind of a cute name.
I know. Says generally there are 1 to 2 reports of sightings every year. In 1993, Lainey Hansel, Flathead Lakers board member and retired fisheries biologist, and Paul Fugelberg, a longtime historian of monster sightings and a former editor of the Flathead Courier, collectively gathered 13 unusual sightings, which was by far the most of any year. But Lainey asked you should not call it a monster, but rather a creature. So this one is flatheadlakers.org. There's nothing else good on that one, damn it. Give us more info about Flossie. We gotta get turned on now.
We just pull up Wattpad after this.
Oh my gosh, Mads, you should get on Wattpad and see if there's any Flossie stories.
Let's pull it up. I want to find a Shrek one, or I'm kind of over Shrek at this point, like, whatever, but there's
an article. When was this written? Oh, okay. I'm on flatheadbeacon.com now. This is what? Don't tell me you found one already.
No, I found a fanfic for Shrek and Obama.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
That's hilarious as fuck.
This says fisherman hooks Flathead Lake monster. Big sturgeon weighed 181 pounds. So it was a giant ass fish, and they are calling it the monster. Hansel said some accounts painted a picture of a creature that vaguely resembled descriptions of a sea serpent or even the famed Loch Ness monster reputed to live in a Scottish lake. Most, other than large fish sightings, describe it as long and eel-shaped, round 30 to 40 feet in length with large black eyes. He told Missoulian reporter Vince Devlin in 2017 they say it undulates through the water like a snake. I don't like that word. Undulates.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. undulates.
Big fish mania. Even skeptics can't deny the monster in popular culture in Montana. The Cove Deli and Pizza has a pizza named after it. There are murals and statues depicting it, and there's even a soda brand named after it. Oh, we need to try the Flossie soda.
Oh, they have a Flossie soda.
If there is something here, I think it's shy and it avoids boats as long as it can, Jim Manley said. Ooh, spoopy.
Spoopy poopy.
Spoopy poopy. I've seen it on my fish finder, but I've not been able to catch it, said Kenan Afflins. That's what Don said. He said a lot of people have said they've seen it on their fish finder.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like monster, I like creature. Okay, that's just a personal preference, man.
Yeah, exactly.
What if some people are into monsters, others are into creatures? It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You can find Lake County Judge Jim Manley in Hansel's records. He and his wife Julia were near Big Arm in 2005. Their boat battery died, and they were waiting for a ride. They had been swimming alongside the boat and were relaxing when they heard a strange noise. I remember saying, look, that's it. We're seeing it, Jim Manley said. I knew immediately because the descriptions are all the same. It was like 25 feet from what we could see and humps. 13 years later, it's still like I can see it. It hasn't changed my belief, Julia Manley explained. We heard the loud splashing. That's the part nobody can explain to me. If it was just an optical illusion, how do you explain the loud splashing afterwards? It was a little eerie that thing was swimming underneath us, Jim Manley added. That's pretty much it. That's their whole account.
Oh.
Give me more!
Yeah, we need more.
Flathead lake monster.
It definitely sounds very similar to the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, for sure. Just a lot smaller, I think. It's like Jaws, but in the lake.
Oh no.
Dun, dun,
Oh no.
dun, dun. Ooh, distinctly Montana. The Flathead Lake Monster still at large. What does this one say? I feel like I had all those cool deets about it, but then when I cross-referenced them, it all says the same thing, which is good, because you don't want different stories, but I'm just like, oh, okay, well, more of the same story makes it more believable, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a girl? It's a girl, Flossie?
That would make a lot of sense for her name to be Flossie. I was about to say that Flossie sounds like a little old grandma. I know old people named Flossie.
Cute.
And they're all women. I take back what I said. Flossie is a little grandma.
Oh, we love Flossie.
We must protect her at all costs.
We must protect Flossie.
Yeah. Well.
Ooh, hold on. I might have found something that takes it back even further. Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm on distinctlymontana.com. So, indigenous peoples who lived near the lake for thousands of years before any white settlement have their own traditional creature stories about the monster, mostly originating with the Kootenai tribe. Sorry if I butchered that. Anyways, we're just moving on. Sullivan's Hill near Elmo was originally known as the monster's backbone. According to the tribal story, the monster lived in what they called Monster Lake and was sometimes treated to huckleberries by a bird. The bird's husband became jealous and killed the lake monster, which now lies forever in the form of Sullivan's Hill. Some say you can even see red patches alongside the hill's remnants of the monster's blood. The plot thickens, Madeline!
Ooh.
Okay,
now we're getting somewhere.
I know. Again, it says that the first sighting of Flossie was in 1889, which was James Kerr. We talked about that in his 100 Passengers. One terrified passenger pulled out his rifle and took a shot at the thing, but it plunged back underwater. It bears noting that the steamship had recently been outfitted with a full liquor bar, but that's probably a coincidence.
Oh.
This is a fisherman seeing the fucking manatees thinking they're freaking mermaids again. Same thing. They just saw a giant fish. Anyways, no, I'm not putting words in their mouth. I'm just being obnoxious.
Definitely doesn't sound scary.
No, just a giant eel in a freshwater lake. Nothing to worry about.
It's like all of a sudden we have to get worried.
That may or may not have been killed by a jealous bird husband. Who knows?
Damn.
It's now the hills of Montana. All right. Anyways, so yeah, the articles I mostly used: distinctlymontana.com, flatheadlakers.org, NBC Montana, and then just plain old Google.
Just plain old Google.
Yeah, but the Flathead Lake Monster. we could go visit my grandparents and see if we can find it for ourselves. I'm just throwing that out there.
I want to go find a monster.
Let's go find Flossie.
But I will say I am terrified of like any sort of body of water that I cannot see the bottom of. So can't say I'll swim.
That's the thing about Flathead, though. It's pretty cleared water.
Ew, that still disturbs me.
Let me. I haven't been to the lake itself in a long, long time, but I remember like being on one of the shores and like going in the water, and you literally can see the rocks on the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like there was a bunch of minnows. We were trying to catch them. That's what I remember.
Minnows.
Yeah,
they're so hard to catch.
They are, but my grandpa has fishing nets and stuff, so we were trying to scoop them up. How clear is the water? In the summer, it is often easy to see through 20 feet of the water column. That was just a quick Google search I did. Here, let me send you this photo. There's like a photo of this boat, and you can just see it looks like it's on glass almost. Boop. Send to Madeline. There you go. There you go. So yeah, Flathead Lake is, in that area of Montana, you're getting real close to Glacier National Park.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, Flathead is 40.3 miles from Glacier National Park. So it is supplied by glacier water, I believe.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, good. Yeah, one of these days you're going to have to make another trip out here. We're going to have to go up to Glacier National Park. It's so pretty. Oh. It's quite the drive from where I'm at, though.
Yeah. That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Anyways, on to your next story.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my next story is actually kind of personal. Okay, so
you have a personal legend?
Well, not really, but it affected me severely. So let me just explain. I don't know if I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it to you in person, but I can't remember. So anyway, there is, oh no, I've tweeted it before, but this was years ago. So, whatever. But the boo hag.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, okay? So when I went to take a night tour of the Charleston jail in Charleston, South Carolina, we explored the building, and then eventually we went out back to where the gallows were, which is where people were hung. And as of this date, it's just like quite a bit of just grass and rocks and dirt, but there's a lot of bushes, trees, and stuff like that surrounding it. And while we were standing out there, our tour guide, he was like, now be careful. Nobody look in the bushes, because if you do, you may see red eyes. And we're like, what the fuck? Ooh. And I'm already scared because we've just been through Charleston jail. I was already touched, and I was just like, I was on edge, Mm-hmm. And so he's like, don't look. Well, of course, he starts telling us this legend that if they're like attracted to you or find you physically attractive, they'll go home with you.
No.
And so
no, I don't like that, Madeline.
I know. And I was so scared. I did not sleep the entire night. And it was our last night in Charleston. I did not sleep at all that night. And you have to keep the lights on because apparently it's like a whole thing. So let me get into what they are. Okay. So a boo hag is a mythical creature in the folklore of South Carolina's Gullah culture. It is a regionalized version of the hag myth. According to the legend, boo hags are similar to vampires. Unlike vampires, they gain sustenance from a person's breath as opposed to their blood by riding their victims. Okay? They have no skin and thus are red. In order to be less conspicuous, they will steal a victim's skin and use it for as long as it holds out, wearing it as one might wear clothing. They will remove and hide the skin before going riding. When a hag determines a victim is suitable for riding, the hag will generally gain access to the home through a small crack, crevice, or hole. The hag will then position themselves over the sleeping victim, sucking their breath. This act renders the victim helpless and induces a deep dream-filled sleep. The hag tends to leave the victim alive so as to use them again for their energy. However, if the victim struggles, the hag may take their skin, leaving the victim to suffer. After taking the victim's energy, the hag flies off, as they must be in their skin by dawn or be forever trapped without skin. When the victim awakes, they may feel short of breath, but generally the victim only feels tired. An expression sometimes used in South Carolina is "don't let the hag ride ya." This expression may come from the boo hag legend. It was also said that if a person placed a broom beside their bed going to sleep, it would prevent the hag from riding them. Hags supposedly would be distracted by counting the straws of the broom and would not get to ride the person sleeping before the sun rose the next morning. So, pretty much in a nutshell, I don't know, like, based off this article, of course, like, the guy that was our tour guide, he is a native of South Carolina. So I wonder if like the whole physical attractiveness is like genuinely a part of it or not, or if he was just trying to scare all these like young attractive people, or like what was going on. I don't know. But like, cause there was like a lot of people around my age and, you know, stuff like that. But, since we were at a hotel in Charleston, we didn't have no fucking broom. So that's why I lied awake at night, because I didn't want the boo hag to get on me and suck my soul out, like my breath. And then I didn't want him to steal my skin. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, and let me just throw this out there. I sleep in pitch dark. So for me to ask if we could keep the light on, my mom was like, what the hell?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, and I was like, Mom, you heard the story of the boo hag. She's like, that shit ain't real. And I was like, whatever. So
what if it is though? What if, Mom?
Exactly. And like, I obviously traveled home the next day, and when it was time for bed, I kid you not, I still was so scared to go to sleep. And so I went into my house, or like into my laundry room, pulled the fucking broom out, and I shoved it under my bed, and I'm like, fuck you, boo hag. I'm fucking sleeping at night. And I left the lights on again. And I left the broom under my bed for, I think, at least a week. And this was like 6 years ago or something like that. So give me a break. Was I 20? Yes. But, you know, like it was so scary to me. So I don't know. I had to share the story of the boo hag. So if you go to Charleston and you go to the Charleston jail, don't look in the bushes. That's all I'm going to say.
That's so funny.
It's scary.
Moral of the story, another reason you should move to Wyoming is because all we have is giant lake eels and ghost stories.
Apparently so.
In this general vicinity. We don't have boo hags or anything of that nature, no creatures to come scare the shit out of you.
Well, see, the thing is that, like, think about, I think we've mentioned, like, in passing before that, like, history is so rich on the East Coast because it dates back to like, when I think of, like, the Midwest, I think about, like, the Native Americans and cowboys and all that kind of stuff. But when I think about over here, I think about, like, the early days, like the early 1600s and stuff like that. And
right.
Because of that, like, we saw a lot. Most of the people that came to America came in through the East Coast. And then they traveled inward. And so they brought all of their culture and their stories and whatever was traveling with them, legend,
right.
ghost or not, and so it's just kind of stayed here. And that scares the shit out of me.
That's true.
It's a region rich in history. So that's for damn sure.
Oof. Yeah, I would, if I was you, I'd be afraid of the boo hag too. I'm not gonna lie. That was
Yeah,
pretty spoopy.
it's
Oh,
scary.
I mean, I guess we do have the killer rabbits, but
I was about to
they're
say.
they only weigh like 5 pounds. I feel like maybe, I guess if they're charging at you at 90 miles per hour, it'd be pretty hard to just punt them. But
I don't know. You could probably kick them.
yeah, that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
you might like break a toe or something because of the speed, but
Well, I guess if he throws his antlers down, though.
fuck.
Yeah.
I forgot about the antlers. Damn it, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
This 5-pound creature just darting at us at 90 miles an hour. I mean,
With antlers.
with antlers, we have no fucking chance. We're gonna be taken
Killer
out.
rabbits. I was all fine until I read the killer rabbit part, and then I was like, does it have fangs? Like,
I
what?
know. It's like,
Is it
what the fuck?
What? What does that
That's
even
wild.
mean?
I'm sorry, but like the fucking monster thing out there on the lake, that
Mhm.
doesn't scare me nowhere near as much as the fucking thank you, Duchess.
Oh.
That doesn't scare me nowhere near as much as the damn antelope.
Whoops.
Sorry, but killer rabbit.
Yeah. No, it's 'cause,
Hybrid.
like, if you're on the lake, like, so it said that you could see up to 20 feet in depth in the lake. So yeah, you just stay, anywhere under 20 feet if you're swimming. That way you could see if Flossie was coming at you.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be that spooky, Like, I would be afraid of it touching my, like, I don't like swimming in lakes because, like, what if something touches you and you can't
That's
see
what I'm
it?
saying. You want to know why? The reason why I brought that up earlier is because I went to a lake. It's called Lake, no, it's not Tillery. Fuck, I don't know the lake, damn it. Oh, Lake Watery. It's in South Carolina. It's not too far from here. And while I was there, my mom's family friend, this was years ago, my mom's friend Janice, her husband at the time, his family owned like a waterfront cabin on the lake, and we were all just like hanging out. And then Janice, like, we were all goofing around, like pushing each other, and Janice pushed me in the water, and I was like, oh god, like I was over in the deep end. Obviously I can swim. Well, I felt this long fish go under my foot. I hope it was a fish. I really fucking hope it was a fish, but it was slimy, so that's why I think it was. Because, like, our fish here are so big. Like, the PD River has, like, 60-pound catfish. I don't even know how big. Like, people go out there and they go catfishing in the PD River in South Carolina because the fish are so damn big. It could feed you for, like, a week or two. Like... So I'm wondering if it was just a massive ass catfish. But the thought of it doing that, I started freaking out. I was like, no! I was fine until then.
Yeah, I feel that.
Just something touching you is just, I don't know, it's uncomfortable. If you can't see it and you don't know what it is, get me the fuck out.
Literally, it's like, no thanks. Did I ever tell you, this is so random, it has nothing to do with anything, but kind of, did I ever tell you about the time I went on the cruise in high school and we were snorkeling? We did underwater motor scooters, and they only had so many, so like the excursion was like, we had to break it out into like 3 teams. So me and my friends, we went first, and so when you're not on the scooters, you could like snorkel. And so me and my friend Tana, we're all snorkeling, and we're just like bobbing around in the water for a second to like catch our breath or whatnot. And so we put our faces back in the water, and 5 feet from us was a fucking barracuda.
Oh.
And we backed up so fast. I think I went over the top of somebody else, and we got out and we went back on the boat, and we didn't get back in the water. It was like I felt what Nemo's dad felt when he saw the barracuda.
Oh my god, yeah, you did tell me about that. But you want to know something crazier?
So freaky, dude. What?
So obviously, when you said cruise, I thought about when we were on the cruise, we were on Royal Caribbean's private island out there. And we were on the whole other side of this little island where most people were. And we were swimming, we were enjoying our time, we were having a couple drinks. And then all of a sudden, somebody yells, "Shark!" And
No.
like everybody, yeah, and everybody starts freaking out. And lo and behold, you could see it. But it wasn't coming to attack anybody. It was a baby shark. But it was just swimming. It's just like, what is going on? And I saw it, like, it was like, I don't know, like, I would say at least like 15 feet away from me, but I was like, I'm running. I'm getting out. Like, I'm not taking any risk. I'm sorry. So
it's just baby jaws, man.
yeah, they could still do some damage. It was still fairly, like, it was a decent size. It was probably about 4 foot long.
Dang. Okay.
So I mean,
a baby Flossie. I'm just
a
kidding.
baby Flossie. It was probably, I mean, I say baby, but maybe it wasn't a baby, but everybody else was like, it's a baby. I'm
Well,
like,
I
I don't,
an adolescent, I guess.
maybe
Not
it is
fully
an
grown.
adolescent. Yeah, it was something of the sort, but it didn't bother anybody. And the lifeguards, they were on jet skis and they were able to get it like out of the swimming area, but safely. But
Right.
it was scary. I don't know.
That
We've
is
had a
scary.
lot of, like, that was in the Caribbean, but in the Carolina beaches, I mean, we see sharks all the time. Like, they come up like close to the coast, more so in like the lower part of the North Carolina beaches and the South Carolina beaches. We see sharks all the time. It's scary.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It doesn't sound
Just
fun.
don't swim near piers.
Yeah, right. Like, don't do that.
In Carolina beaches, do not swim near piers. There's always a shark. It's like you're asking for it.
That's
But
insane.
yeah. Hard pass.
Hard pass. No thanks. Can we
Hard
not?
pass. Yeah.
I love
But yeah.
that.
Well,
this has been Regional Urban Legends with Mads and Berg. Tune in next week for I don't know what the fuck we're doing. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I don't even know what the fuck we're doing today, man. I feel like I was like, yeah, the freaking I almost said Loch Ness Monster. Oh my gosh. The Flat Lake Monster! But then when I started reading all the stories, it was all like the same 5 details, and I was like, oh.
And you're like, damn it.
It wasn't as cool as I thought it was, but thanks.
God damn it.
God damn it! Apparently that was still funny to Mads, but
It's hilarious. It's just how you said it because you were so genuine about it.
I
don't
I'm
know.
not genuine ever.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Now the two of us are breaking up too. That's it.
We're
No more
breaking
fear
up.
babes.
Oh no.
No more fear, babes. Now it's
Oh,
Tanner's
no.
turn to fucking hate us.
Oh well, he can hate us all he wants.
It's fine.
Tanner,
It's all right,
Tanner. It's on
Tanner.
fucking sight next time I see you in person.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna start
We're gonna have a
swinging.
brawl. There's gonna be a full-out brawl happening.
Yeah. It is what it is, you know.
It's on site. It's on site, homie.
You
Shit's
know.
about to go down.
It's going down.
Can I film it?
You should film it like those kids in middle school every time a fight would break out and then post it on YouTube.
Okay. Next time we know we're gonna see Tanner, we're like about to walk out. I'm just whipping my phone out and turning that shit on.
My
Press
5
record.
foot
Beep.
my 5'6" ass trying to fight a 6'3", 4" dude.
He's like basically a whole foot taller than you.
I would lose.
I just see you walking up with your fists all balled up and you're just like moving your little arms and you're like, I have a big head and little arms.
Oh god, that's so funny.
You're just like, you want to fucking go? And he's just like, no, and just like flicks your forehead.
And then I fall down because that's all it would take.
It's just boop. And you just fall over.
I'm dead.
Just dead.
Rest in peace.
Dead. R.I.P. Mads. She will be missed.
She was great.
How did she die? She got flicked in the fucking forehead.
By a very, very tall dude.
She's like, bloop.
Oh god, that's hilarious. Yeah, that sucks.
That's how we end this podcast. Click. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but the other guys, I mean, Dakota's nice, I guess.
Listen, all you gotta do is flick Dakota in the forehead. He'll fall over.
I mean, he did say that.
Alex,
Alex,
can you reach?
Yeah, probably not.
No, my arm is probably long enough. You just bloop.
See, Tanner took it. He's like, oh my god, they hate me. But like, we hate Alex and Dakota too.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Tanner, we don't actually like of the three of you. You're the one we hate the least.
Actually,
But the fact that you took it to heart
makes
like
it,
that's why you're our favorite.
I could hear Tanner, like, the last time that we had him on the podcast, and he would say something kind of depressing, and we'd be like, oh, and he's like, stop saying oh, that makes it real. So he's probably having that moment right now, audibly. He's probably like, stop saying that, it makes it real.
Yeah. We only like mildly hate you. But
Yeah.
Alex and Dakota though. Fuck those guys.
Fight. It's time to fight.
That's where the true rage comes in.
Yeah.
Directed at them.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is what it is.
We have to do our weekly shout out to Connor, Riley, and Chelsea. Because they're the best.
Because we love you guys. Like, actually. So.
Did you just kiss? Did you just make a kissy sound?
No, I was trying not to just keep preventing the sneezes from happening, man. Do you want me to do a kiss? Here.
Oh my god, thank you.
That's the pop quiz question. How many kisses do you give?
Oh, that's a great one! Yeah!
The problem is I don't even know the answer.
It's like we have to listen back, like,
yeah,
we have to listen back.
We're gonna have to count it up.
Like 10 fucking times to be like, okay, one, two. Okay, 3. Okay, 1, 2.
Damn
okay,
it, I lost count again! Shit, I have to start over now.
The problem is I can only count to 10, so I really don't know how this is gonna go.
Shit, watch it be 11 and we'll never know because you knew it was... Mads is like, answer's fucking 10. That's how I can count, so...
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Where does 11 fall? Where does 11 fall on the number scale?
I think it's after 73, but I'm not certain.
73, 11. That makes a lot of sense now.
And then carry the 2 divided by 1.
And it 57
and a half?
No, 57.3.
Oh, okay.
That makes so much sense.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. I just had an epiphany. Am I Einstein?
Are you?
Oh my god. Am I Einstein reincarnated?
Oh my god, I'm Einstein reincarnated's best friend. This is a lot of pressure.
Holy fuck, I'm famous. Shit. Why don't I have a penis?